Well, hello all. Hope you're all staying safe. I'm going to tie a perch pattern that I tied earlier the other week. I've tied a few of them up now, um, and they're nice looking. They're really, really easy to tie. So I suppose this is another one for the beginners. The hook, as you can see, I've already in the vise. It's an RX 40. I'm using mono thread because it's very strong for this pattern, and most of the material will be pike skins. I'll put up a list either at the start of the video or at the end of it. Right, so let's get going. The tail, I've already most of this already pre-cut and I'm tapered because I save a wee bit of time. So we'll start with the tail now. As usual, I like to have it maybe about what's that, like 40-60, with 40 going that way, like 60% that way. So tie it down, just pinch and loop. Now, using this mono thread, I think it's is it McVivus, something 0.02 or something, or 22, I don't know what it is, but it can be slippy, and especially with this synthetic material. So maybe if you're starting off, maybe just try the normal thread with this, because it can be slippy. But I like it because it's very, very strong, and you can really pull down on it. Let me see what that's like. Right, that's looking good there. Next, we'll go under with white. Again, I've ready this all pre-cut, pre-tapered. Oh, turn this upside down. Place it in there. A bit longer. Just fix this because it slipped around a little bit. Always check your each side. Just turn your vise around just to see where you're going. Pull down tight. Right. Now, for this, there's a trick you do with this. I just seen this the other week on the internet and thought it was very good. It's the change with this material can be quite stiff. So for the tail only, you'll need these hair straighteners. Don't use your own, use a wife's. So, but you'll need to watch them because you can't hold it on for too long. So obviously I'll just stick to it. So the thing is to do, and you only do this for the tail section, is to go along like so. What this does is flattens it out and gives you more movement in the tail. I would turn that off because I can feel that starting to really heat up there. So right. Now, I'll just do that with the underside too. Just switching back on again, just get a bit of heat in it. Just place that in between the hook point. Take that off. In fact, I forgot. I'm going to use this flash material for underneath in silver. Dave Downey stuff. It was Predator flash. I nearly forgot about that there. Cut that off there. Maybe in half again. So was that much into my hairdressing there? Almost forgot. Just tape of those ends a bit. That's silver done for underneath. Spin it around for the top. And for this pattern, I have done this perch pattern in all silver flash, but I think it just looks a bit better if you use gold for the top and silver for the bottom. It really does look well. So we've got a few straps of this. Right. I'm not going to double this up because I want this to hang out over the edge, or at the end, sorry. Like that. Tie it down. Fold your top bit back. Just bring out this side and move your thread out of the road. Get it halfway in the hook point there. And then you can bring your hook out to do this. It's easier just to fold it back. Like that. Now, let me see what that's like. That's looking good. So you want to tie down that on top of this actually, but if you can get it, make a wee thread dam. I'm sure you all have seen this sort of thing before about the thread dams in front of it and on top of it. If you get this, as I say, this comb is slippy, so I'm going to come in with a bit of glue if it starts to slip, but it's looking pretty okay there. Let's see, that's okay there. That's good there. As I say, using those hair straighteners, what it does is, if you can see this, that's it, obviously without being straightened for the tail, and then it just like loosens it up a bit for in the water. As you can see, it's straight. That's a bit, there's a bit more life to it. I thought it was a real good idea, actually. Whoever it was, and I can't remember what side I seen it on or who done it, but very good whoever it was. Right, I need new glue or stuff like gel for God's sake. Right, I'll do for this one. Oh, that's the tail done. Put a clip on to keep it tidy and out of the road. So bring your tan thread, or your tan mono in this case, up to about halfway, yeah, almost. And I'm going to use for part of my body just to show through again. I'm sure if you've seen with some of my flies, you know, like a sort of like a hot core or a hot spot in them, and for the target for the pike. So I'm going to use this stuff here, the fluoro orange Pike 30. I'll add that to the list as well. So I've already actually pre-cut that. I normally wouldn't use this, I would just use it off the full thing, but just for the video. So yeah, that's it. Alright, you know what? I had the way that I take this back again to here, because that's where it's getting tied into. Right, so anyway. Tie it in there, tied into the dam, thread dam, and just bring this forward, back there again. So usually with this, suppose it's like long straggle. So I don't be too fussy. Let's just try to get all the fibres out if you can, because as I say, it's going to be under the other material. But it does actually show up when the fly's wet, which is the whole idea. Let's stick it right there. As I say, it's easy to tie us. That would do there. It's looking good. There we go. That's us on the bin. Lay it down tight. And then just a smaller piece for this, and for the body, if you like, of the fly. Just want it maybe to become, God, not even halfway. Well, I suppose it's like halfway in the tail there, to here. So it's just all starting to taper down. So it's the whole idea. And you don't need to use the straighteners for this part. If you're trying to bulk it up now. Tie it down tight. There we go. Yeah, the bottom, white again. Just check you still move it about. And I like to have the bottom part just a little bit smaller in length than the top. I think I've told you that before. For a bait fish pattern, it just doesn't look right if the belly part of the fly is longer than the top. It's strange, I think. Right. There, that's all right. So again, a few strands of silver for the bottom. To cut those in half. It doesn't matter if these are longer than the material you just put in, because flash is good. So that looks like outside. Right, spin that around. Next, some gold for the top. Just cut this in half too. Sorry if you can't see this, maybe I'm holding it a bit too high for this. And tie it in. And just fold those two back. Separate them. There we go. And again, just build a dam up in front of it just to keep it all back. You don't want to split out too much. This pattern. Have a look, see what that's like. Looking good. Yeah, take it out if you need to, if you want. There we go. There. More bit of glue. I should say gel now almost. This thing. Underneath. Put a bit of extra glue here because I'm going to use a body tubing for this. I need a smaller stuff. I think it's 3.2 mil or something, or 3 mil, maybe real thin stuff. Where's it? I'm going to use that. So we already have it pre-cut and the ends burnt, as you do. I'll just pull through. So place this in up to the last hand. Tie it down tight. There. It doesn't move. There we go. So tie this off. There we go. I'm gonna put more glue just to secure it. There, it's right like that. Now, where's it? There we go. Just do that. Now, fold this back as before. It's going to create a bit of a bulk in the head. Just looks like a wee cone. Like that. It's well held in there. Just throw it back on again. Down. That's us. Aye. Right, so the final piece for the top, you want it to be just almost the same as a body piece, maybe a little bit shorter. That's just to really get it the profile, really have a nice profile with this. So you can I'm just tapering that because it was a bit long there. See what that's like. That's not bad. So tie this in. Now this is a tricky part because the cone or the body tubing will try to force that thread away there. As you see, it's slipping down, but you can just pull it up and push it in. Try to spread this part sort of around the top, as you'll see, and then I'll do the same with the underneath with the white belly. I'll spread it so the meat sort of I don't want to tie it really down, really hard down, because you still want to move that. Just get some of the white for the belly. As I say, if you're just beginning to tie pike flies, maybe just try this with the normal thread, because it can be slippy. If you just take your time with it, you'll be fine. So, get the loose fibres out of the road for this. Tie this in as usual. Spread that about. You can see it and slipping. So just take your time and you'll get it. You'll be fine. Now we have a look at that. It's okay there. And it's good in a way actually, because you can still move it after that you've tied it down. It's a bit forgiving that way. I'm not going to add in any flash with these two. It's almost done. Take it around each side. See how it looks. It's looking alright. You can still see the orange underbody, or the hot core, or the hot spot, whatever you like to call it. Now, that's a nice shape. That I'm going to give it a bit of a comb out actually, just to a low flare out, but I think it's more static than anything else. Well, that's a nice shape, a nice profile of this fly. Now, so the last part, you just fit this in at the end, is just a little bit of craft fur, not a whole lot, because you don't really need. That's just to finish the head off. The way you could put eyes on that already, and that would be it done. But I just like a wee bit of craft fur. Just makes it look a bit better. Craft fur for the top and bottom. Usual. I suppose that's like a dark grey or something like that. Just a bit of that. There. I'm just taking out all the under fur. Just gonna. I don't want that like that. Sort of thin all that out. Like that. So place that around the head. Tie it down, just one tie just to secure it. Just nice and soft, it'll hold it alright. We had me Angelina fibre. This bit of sparkle just for the top. Now, as you can see, when you pull this out, the stuff, it's almost like a loop. I'm not sure if you can see it there, but you just tie it in like that, or I just tie it in like that, and it just gives a bit of strength. But once you have it tied in, there, what should do it? You just like snip that loop, as you can see there. Just so let's see how that looks. That's looking all right. Take some and hang on that, so I can do your church flies. Next, underneath, white craft fur. It's like so many of the other flies. I'll do. Again, not a whole lot, just to get it finished off. Taking out the under fur. And same again, come in, just try and thin all that out. Yep, so let's turn this round. As before, that in the front and then just come back. Now with this, I'm going to add in a wee bit of orange, bright orange floss, just a wee small bit, but this stuff, it really does show up. In fact, really take some of that off, because as I say, when it gets wet, it really does show through. Just make sure it's in the middle. There we go. Just tie it down hard, tight. There. Let's wet your fingers just to take all the loose fibres. Just give it a good tie down. Yep, that's us pretty much done. I'm going to put the eyes in this. I'm actually going to show you how to put eyes on. I haven't fancy about tying this off really, just because the glue's going to hold it in more than anything else. Let me see what that's looking like. Just push this back a wee bit. It's a bit tight to the eye. Well, you can't. As I say, you can still move this stuff about. Aye. That's pretty much it done. Just give it one more tie there, just to there. Well, that's not done anyway, so that's alright. So glue. This will hold everything in place for you to fold it all back onto it. And don't worry about getting on the fibres either, because that's just going to hold everything in place for you. There. Now, where is it? Just going to push. Separate these two. Push them back hard. That's looking alright. Push this back to see where we are. It's alright. Nice shape though into these flies. Let's push that back off the air a bit. It's a bit tight there. There. There we go. There. Just gonna trim wee bits off this just to mix it up. Always take your time trimming because sometimes you can go a bit mad and then if you make a whole mess of a fly after you've taken your time to tat. That's a nice shape there. So I'm going to put these eyes on. I use, for my eyes, everybody's different, I suppose. This Unibond. I think I've said before, I'm not too sure if I've said before, it's quite flexible, which is good. You don't want anything that's really like rock solid or hard. And to put the flies on, because obviously you know if you hit the boat with your fly or hit somebody else with your fly, it's going to crack off. So something that's nice and flexible is good. And say it's waterproof, but I don't know what all that's about. And I'm going to use, I put orange flies on my last, or sorry, orange eyes on my last ones. I'm just going to put these. I think these will look nice. And they're biggish too. I think the last ones were about 10mm maybe. They were, and these a bit more. 10mm. I don't know if you can see, I'm just putting this on the top here, and at the sides where I like to put a bit more of this on, so it actually comes up around the sides of the eyes. Like this will show you what I mean. Put that in there. So when you push your eye into it, the glue comes right up around the sides of it. Like so. You can see all the glues coming up, and that'll all just soak into the fibres. To the side. And again, I get questions, not all the time, but a lot, about eyes on flies and do they matter. Now, a lot of people are just adamant, no, that they don't. And I have caught fish on flies without flies, or without eyes, sorry, again, without eyes, with one eye on it, and with eyes. But on a bait fish pattern, or even any other pattern, it doesn't have to be bait fish, I always think it's not better to have the eyes on it than not, because you don't know if that just flash, if the fly just turns in the water and the sun catches it and it's a flash of the eye that just, and there's a pike following, which pike do a lot, that just might be the trigger. for it to take it, or it could be the movement of the fly or the size of your fly. But who knows? As I always think, it's just better to have it in it than not. So that's my theory on it. Anyway, so I suppose it's like the likes of the trout flies and the salmon flies with the jungle cock. It's the same sort of thing. A lot of people swear by it, and a lot of people say it's a waste of time. But I just like having them in it. Right, that's that done. As I say, you can maybe have this another wee trim up. Like, but it's not actually too bad there. It's looking all right. And again, all synthetic. So it's really easy to cast. One false cast and it's dry. So again, I seen this. I was being tied there the other week on some site. I don't know who it was, but I thought it was a nice fly to replicate. Whoever it was had done it. So that's it. That's pretty much the fly done. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. And stay safe. Cheers.